Ladies and gentlemen, respected professors and dignitaries, valued participants, my dear friends and colleagues, good morning and namaste.
A very warm welcome to the second International Conference on Technical and Vocational Education and Training 2023. I am Pratima.
And my name is Sanjay.
It is our privilege to serve you as a Master of Ceremony today. On behalf of the organizing committee, I extend a warm welcome to all of you.
We are honored to have an esteemed line of speakers and guests with us today who have dedicated their expertise and passion to the field of education and vocational training. Let us introduce them. We are also delighted to have with us today Minister of Education, Science and Technology, Honorable Ashok Kumar Rai.
Likewise, we have Dr. Ramesh Chandra Paudel, Honorable Member, National Planning Commission.
We also have Professor Vola Thapa, Vice Chancellor, Kathmandu University.
We have Bhagendra Adhikari, Vice Chairperson of TVET.
Likewise, we are graced to have Michael Croft, Head of Office and Representative to Nepal, UNESCO.
Likewise, we have Rudy Valdil, Asian Development Bank.
We would also like to welcome Professor Stephen Bullitt from Australia and Professor Pramod Bahadur Shrestha as a keynote speakers.
We would like to welcome Professor Ursula Renaud, CES Zurich from the Switzerland.
And we would also like to welcome our very own Professor Balchandra Luite, Dean, Kathmandu University School of Education. We extend a warm welcome to all the professors and all others. We would also like to welcome all the presenters as well as international and national participants.
Dear all, we have a welcome dance to welcome you all from the student of Sankarapur Polytechnical Institute. Please put your hands together for them.
Others are busy entertaining the nation.
तपाईं अलिकति माथि बस्नु एक अर्कालाई भेट गरेर
धन्यवाद निकै सुन्दर नृत्यको लागि।
जति अगाडि आयो
Thank you very much for the wonderful performance. Today we are gathered in this remarkable land where the birth of Gautam Buddha, the symbol of enlightenment and wisdom, once graced our soil. It's only fitting that we discuss TVET here, where the teachings of Buddha continue to inspire the pursuit of knowledge and enlightenment.
आज हामी यस काठमाडौँ विश्वविद्यालय स्कुल अफ एजुकेसन तथा स्विजरल्यान्ड स्थित स्विस फेडरल इन्स्टिट्युट फर टेक्नोलोजीले आयोजना गरेको 2 दिने अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय टिबेट सम्मेलनमा नेपालको धुलीखेलमा छौँ। यहाँ विभिन्न 16वटा देशबाट पाल्नुभएका टिबेट क्षेत्रका व्यक्तित्वहरूको उपस्थिति रहेको छ। काठमाडौँ विश्वविद्यालयले स्विस नेसनल साइन्स फाउन्डेसनको सहयोगमा सन् 2017 देखि लेलम परियोजना सञ्चालन गर्दै आएको छ, जुन परियोजना नेपाल लगायत अन्य 3वटा देशहरू बेनिन, चिली, कोस्टारिकामा सबै सञ्चालन भइरहेको छ।
Throughout the day, we will sit here in the shadows of the world's highest peak, Mount Everest. We will engage in insightful discussions, hear from our distinguished speakers, and explore innovative approaches to enhance Tibet systems.
अब भने हामी कार्यक्रमलाई अगाडि बढाउने क्रममा राष्ट्रिय गान बजाउन गइरहेका छौँ। यसका लागि यहाँहरू सम्पूर्णलाई यथास्थानबाट उठेर सहभागी भइदिनु हुन अनुरोध गर्दछु। साथै प्राविधिक टीमलाई राष्ट्रिय गान बजाएर सहयोग गरिदिनु हुन हार्दिक अनुरोध गर्दछु।
Dear all, may I kindly request your attention and respect as you prepare to play the national anthem of Nepal. Please stand in honor of our national anthem. At the same time, I request the technical team to play the national anthem. After the national anthem, we will also play the Kiev anthem.
Thank you.
Good morning, Honorable Minister, Education, Science and Technology, Ashok Kumar Raiju, Honorable Member, National Planning Commission, Vice Chancellor, Kathmandu University, distinguished guests and delegates. Welcome to the International Conference on Technical and Vocational Education and Training organized by Kathmandu University School of Education. We are honored to have you here with us today to share your knowledge, experience, insights on Tibet. The government of Nepal has proposed vocationalization of school curricula is a key strategy to connect education and work. Learn and On is such a program introduced across selected schools of the country. The importance of vocationalization of education cannot be overstated. TVET plays a crucial role in equipping individuals with practical skills and knowledge that are relevant to the job market. This not only improves our employability, our youth's employability, but also contributes to the economic development of a nation. A strong TVET system can help bridge the skills gap, reduce unemployment, and promote entrepreneurship. The conference theme today reflects our commitment to promoting TVET as a means of fostering deeper connections between education and the world of work, ensuring safer workplaces and creating dignified jobs for all. KUSOD is actively involved in research in Tibet aimed at understanding and improving the Tibet ecosystem. This research, the ongoing research, is crucial for identifying the strengths and weaknesses of the current system and for developing strategies to enhance the effectiveness of TVET programs. and we would like to acknowledge the support from ETH and the other partners in this regard. We have recently introduced, I would say recently, since 2018, of course BTech Aid was already there, but we revised in the last 2-3 years. TVET and BTech Aid, these two programs are our signature programs. And KUSOD offers a Master in Technical and Vocational Education and Training, which we call it TVET, and a Bachelor of Technical Education, which we call BTech Aid, and BTech Aid program in Information Technology. These programs are designed to equip students with the necessary skills and knowledge to become competent TVET professionals. The programs are tailored to meet the needs of Nepal and beyond, because we have students from Africa as well, especially in TVET program, and we have students from India and in BTech Aid IT. So the programs are tailored to meet the needs of youth of Nepal and beyond, providing students with a strong foundation in both technical skills and pedagogy. So we are also very much at the forefront in terms of policy advocacy for National Qualification Framework, and KUSOD advocates for policies that align not just KUSOD but KU, because it has also passed, endorsed recently, Credit Accumulation Framework, and also experiential learning and other frameworks as well. So these are very much aligned with National Qualification Framework, NQF. The NQF is a tool that helps to make qualifications easier to understand and compare. Compare across the systems, different systems. It also encourages countries to rethink and reform national policy and practice on education, training, and lifelong learning. So we also consider TVET as a means of social transformation. As I mentioned earlier, TVET plays a crucial role in generating employability and the social transformation. It equips individuals with practical skills and knowledge that are relevant to job market, thereby improving their employability. Moreover, TVET contributes to social cohesion by enabling individuals to access labor market, livelihood, and lifelong learning opportunities. And we have also recently witnessed through our ILAB strong collaboration between technical schools, university, and other ecosystem, TVET ecosystem. And thus we are promoting policy dialogue across the system. When we say policy dialogue, many people tend to think Singadarbar. We have a tendency to think that any policy is formed in Singadarbar. Now the policy ecosystem has extended to local government. So we are also very much mindful of that. So we believe that this conference will provide a platform for fruitful discussions and exchange of ideas on how to further develop TVET programs and enhance their effectiveness. We have participants from 16 different countries with 85 papers, 1 workshop, and 3 keynote speakers. So we hope that you'll find this conference informative, engaging, and also inspiring. Once again, I welcome to the International Conference on TVET organized by Kathmandu University. We look forward to your active participation and contribution. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Now, I would like to request Professor Ursula Renault from ETH for her remarks. And I would also request the technical team to...
Upload of the presentation. And I would like to welcome all of you, Honorable Minister, Honorable Member of the Planning Commission, Dean of the Kathmandu University School of Education, Vice Chairman, colleagues from other universities, friends from TVET sector in Nepal, distinguished guests. It's a wonderful event, a second time that we can be here at the Kathmandu University to share our first findings. On behalf of the LELAM Research Consortium, which you see some of them here on the slide. I would like to welcome you to this conference, the second conference. And for the Honorable Minister and the Nepali people, we just come to the conclusion that working 6 years with those countries, we can now say that Nepal is one of the world's leading countries when it comes to re-engineering the TVET sector. So congratulations. This summer, Vice Chairman of the CTVT with 10 Nepali people were in Switzerland. They compete with the United States, with Serbia and with other people, and they all came to the conclusion, even the US people, that Nepal is the showcase. Congratulations. I will address tomorrow at the end of our conference a small speech about the federalization process here. It's one of the most complex process I've ever saw across the world. And that's why the Nepali people are doing everything to go fast and to try to establish a high-performing education system. What I like to now tell you, how this LELAM project contributes to the establishment of a very strong TVET system in Nepal. Our overarching question was the following: under what condition can TVET reduce unemployment, improve gainful employment, job quality and income of the youth? This is the dream of all education authority people, of the parents, of everyone. So I will now give you a short summary about where we are, our findings after 6 years. And I start with a complex slide. I will guide you through. And basically, we had 4 questions. The first question is how to measure and define social institutions. What are social institutions and why are they important? First, the conference is about strong linkage between the world of work and the world of education. So we created a measurement instrument where we can now measure in each program how strong are countries, and if they have problems. Most of the countries are, guiding TVET through education only. That leads to full-time school, to skills mismatch, and to bad outcome effects. Other countries, such as Benin, for example, use the informal sector to train people, but the students do not have a currency in the education system. So the idea is then to develop education formalization strategy. Our Benin colleagues can tell you how they do it. What have we done? We measure and observe along, we call that curriculum value chain, how are actors working together in each dimension. I don't go into the detail now because the friends of Nepal know that knowledge already, but I show you the benchmark. So what we see here is, I think that doesn't work. What we see here is the benchmark. So the top countries obviously are the continental Europe country, Germany, Austria, Switzerland and Denmark. At the other side of this benchmark is Chile, Costa Rica and Nepal. So you have not yet a strong linkage. And I guess the authorities, that is something which you have to fix. What is the recipe behind? And this is the new research. Some of the research we have presented 4 years ago, now we have more of them. A social institution is a common pattern of behavior towards a goal. A common pattern of behavior. If you go to Switzerland, seeing the institutions, everybody is speaking the same language. They know what is TVET, they know how it works, they know why companies train. So what we want to measure now as a next step is in those countries, how strong are social institutions? And we can now say whether they are in a pre-institutionalization phase, semi, or in a full institutionalization phase. For the researchers among you, there are new sessions here at the conference. The first paper is out for those who want to understand. Social institutions are not only important in TVET, it's the life. how we can coordinate each other so that for the benefit of everyone we really work together. And the new constitution in Nepal, Article 232, demonstrates you have to work together. But if a country is not yet prepared for that, it's then not so easy to get to this culture of coordination. So that's the tool, how to get there. Obviously, the general theory must have a concrete application in the education sector, and this is again our curriculum value chain. One of our PhD students will now say, we as a researcher want to have figures, facts and figures. So we measure that. And the first finding we can present you in this conference. I conclude with the first condition and the condition that robust institutions, social institutions in all dimensions of TVET programs exist. TVET can improve gainful employment and so on. This finding, however, is linked to our question 4, which I explained you, where I think Nepal is the front runner to now start to coordinate with all actors. Second question. As researchers, you know, there's nothing without data. So how can we measure the labor market situation of the young people? Here in Benin, our colleague from the NADEL, Professor Günther, she was analyzing how fast our youngsters in Benin enter the labor market. And her conclusion is seen here in the slides. The transition from school to work is not only slow, but also late. That means it's not an efficient way. You can see here the self-employed people are numerous, and then when they go to a wage employment, it's too late. So this study is replicated here in Nepal, and our colleagues from the Kathmandu University Suresh will present in room 1 findings out of that youth survey here in Nepal. Now we were, a couple of years ago, 10 years ago, were saying we want to know across the world. I dedicate my life for the generation of young people, because if the young people do not have a good start in their life, what does this mean for forever? So we created a youth labor market outcome index. You don't need to understand everything, but it's about whether the young people are active, whether they have good working conditions, whether they are still in education, and whether we have skills mismatch or not, and whether they transition fast into the labor market or not. So these are the 4 dimensions with 12 international comparable indicators. What we can show is how the development of a young generation in a country has developed over time. What you see here on the slide are the red lines is Switzerland and Germany. The blue line is Spain, and the yellow one is Italy. So after the financial crisis in 2008, the situation of the young people gets worse. And they could not even recover, you know. And now we had COVID, and I expect that the next years it's a meltdown again. So it's a disaster. Now we want to know what is the situation in developing countries. I just have chosen Azerbaijan, Kenya, Lebanon, and so on. And what we see here is the data set is not good. So we even don't know how the situation in this country is. So what our colleagues from the NADEL did, they did create a youth labor market index for low-income countries. So actually, you see the colored country showing you that we have a little bit more data demonstrating, especially in Africa, the situation is a disaster. Nepal is similar to India, I have to say. It's in the middle, meaning you are progressing, but you are not really good so far, so we have to move on. Under the condition of available, relevant and high quality data, TVET can improve. So without data, it's very difficult for policymakers to move on, because you need data so that you can boost your policy evidence base. Now, the topic is linkage, labor market and education system. Our third question was, do linkages between the education and labor market improve the labor market situation of the youth? And here in Nepal, I'm really happy that we started very early to apply the gold standard in research means we were running a randomized control trial. You don't need to see that. It was a poster we were showing at the conference last time. And we were convincing the CTVT. It was not so easy to convince the CTVT that we run a randomized control trial, because that's the gold standard in research. Esther Duflo, you know, the Nobel Prize winner, she did that research. And we want to know whether this 24 months apprenticeship, dual education, which is the gold standard, whether it works for young people and for companies. My postdoc, Patrick MacDonald, will present the result in more detail, but just for you, you see here on the left side the men's, on the right side the women. You see non-apprentice, apprentice, that means the control group are non-apprentice and the men are apprentices. And the effect is amazing. So the program helps the youngster in Nepal to get to a better job, a decent income. That's not all. All over the country, I can tell you, the US cannot do it, other countries are not able to establish a program which produces an incentive for company to train. Nepal has now a proof of concept. That means Nepal's company, and I know there are some employers here in the audience, this is your incentive. If the program gets to a small net benefit, then you don't need to subsidize companies, and you should embrace the industry sector in TVET. Particularly, I would say that the donor partners who are here, this is also good news for you, because you should allocate the money in this type of programs. Under the condition of having causal results, policymakers and donor partners can allocate the budget more effectively to scale up programs. So for you and your transition period, I would say this is a very good news. However, before starting RCT negotiation is very difficult. We are running now a second RCT in Nepal for TVET school quality, and I hope that we come up with similar good results. The last question, and that is always an important one, and is linked to the social institution theory, how to implement and continue systemic change in vocational. Without systemic change, you will not get to this high-performing system. We have established 10 years ago a CEMET's International Education Lab. The picture shows you how intensively people discuss. CEMET is helping a country to make a diagnosis first, where is the country, helping the country to establish reform plans and implement that, and then we also do causal evaluation science to measure whether it works. I'm happy to say that all countries who participate in this Leland project have sent 7 teams to our international lab. Nepal was even, I would say, sending 10 teams. We also have established the TVET Master, which the Dean of the School of Education has mentioned, and 5 cohorts of graduates are out there, and I see a lot of them here in the audience, and in institution in the TVET sector. That is extremely good for the federalization process, because you need much more people who understand how to run a system. Our newest innovation is the CEMET's iLab. It's called Implementation Lab. It's the first that we run here in Nepal, and the last 2 days we had 7 teams from local government, provinces, CTVT, who demonstrate how they want to reform a part of their activity. The winning team of these 7 teams can go next year to Switzerland and then see what's going on in the world. I conclude, capacity building is key if you want to change the system. Under the condition, you continuously engage high-level reform leaders and help them to understand research results. So it's the evidence-based approach, and translate it to reform cases it can work. To stimulate the ability of reform leaders to define and implement complex reform cases, help them to create a learning community, and the Nepal learning community, I can tell you, is the biggest one. so that they can share and see what happens during implementation. And last, and this was done constantly by Nepali team, we have here by Kunta Aryal, who is doing a PhD in financial flow in Nepal. That was a question coming up in one team, because it's extremely difficult now to transit from the old constitution to the new, and to see how the financial flow must be organized. So under these conditions, a country can improve gainful employment, job quality and income. So I finalize my speech with an outlook that our very last conference will take place in Switzerland next April. And of course I invite you to send papers so that you can come to Switzerland and see the very final results. The good news is, always it's sad if a project ends, but we have follow-up projects in all countries. In Nepal, for the next 8 years, we can help you to boost TVET sector until 2030. Benin, we have a World Bank project in the pipeline. In Costa Rica, an observatorium was established at the University of Costa Rica. And in Chile, we continue with labor market mismatch analysis. So that said, thank you very much for listening to me. Again, I'm so proud to be here and to discuss TVET issues in the next 2 days. Hopefully that we can stimulate through Nepal, which is really the leading country in reforming system, all the other countries who are here. Thank you very much for listening to me.
Thank you so much, Professor Ursula Renaud, for the wonderful presentation. Here we are a diverse assembly of educators, policymakers, researchers, thought leaders, learners, employed, united by a shared vision, transformation of TVET as a source for competent, innovative and active individuals who could lead the society and the country toward a vibrant tomorrow. Now, I would like to request Rudy Valdale, Asian Development Bank, for the short remarks.
Before his remarks, I have a short announcement to make. Today, at the end of this program, we have a dinner program in Dhulikhel Resort Lodge. So we invite you all for the dinner. Thank you very much.
Honourable Minister, Dean, Vice Chair, other dignitaries, thank you for inviting me to make some short remarks. I realize I was not on the program, so I'll keep it very short. Let me say two important things from our side. Number one, and that's particular to our students in the audience, please ask every question you can come up with. Just because somebody is old or is from EDB doesn't mean he's always right. Please, never stop asking. We just saw a beautiful presentation, and the last remark I was most intrigued by: develop new research questions. Because in social science, we never have it 100% right. That's only in mathematics. And even there, I cannot still explain I, even though it exists. And number two, from ADB, we really think that if Nepal wants to continue with equitable socio-economic growth, we need investment in roads, energy, private sector development, and shall I say, human capacity, because I don't like the word human capital. And for that, we need a balanced approach, and ADB is ready to support the government of Nepal and the people of Nepal. And with that, I'd like to thank you and wish everybody a very fruitful conference. And I hope that we get a good publication, because I looked at the 4 streams and I cannot choose. So I can only go to 1, so 3 I will be missing, so I hope I can read about it. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your remarks. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Michael Croft, Head of Office and Representative in Nepal, UNESCO, for his short remarks.
Honorable Ashok Kumar Rai, the Minister of Education, Science and Technology, Professor Bola Thapa, the Vice Chancellor of Kathmandu University, Dr. Ramesh Chandra Podel, Honorable Member of the National Planning Commission, Mr. Kajendra Adhikari, the Vice Chair of TVET, Professor Bal Chandra Bhutel, Dean of Kathmandu University School of Education and also UNESCO Chair for Teacher Education, distinguished professionals, academia, national and international participants, students, namaskar, good morning. I want to start just by expressing my gratitude, the gratitude of UNESCO, to Kathmandu University, the School of Education, for organizing this important international conference, which has been organized in collaboration with UNESCO as well as other important partners. This is certainly a timely discussion, as TVET is increasingly recognized as a powerful vehicle for the employment and economic growth of each country, and not simply a career alternative for so-called lesser talents. And here I would note that in my home country of Canada, it's been well over a decade since graduates of technical institutes earn more than their university peers on average. UNESCO itself sees TVET to encompass the acquisition of knowledge and skills and competencies that are essential for the world of work that can be obtained through both formal and informal learning. TVET acts as the bridge, linking education with the demands of the labor market, empowering individuals to excel in their chosen fields, and with possibilities these days for decent work and lifelong learning increased exponentially in an era of digitalization. As the United Nations Educational Agency, we note the alignment, of course, with the SDGs, particularly goal number 4 for quality education and goal number 8, decent work and economic growth. However, while the relevance and contribution of TVET, as we have heard, to our societies is pretty much crystal clear, this does not translate into a rosy global context. In a world where 267 million young people are not in unemployment, education, nor training, the challenges that face us are evident. Even just immediately to the pandemic, 31% of young women and 14% of young men worldwide found them outside the realm of employment, education, or training. And then, with the onset of COVID-19, some 34 million young people lost employment in 2020 alone. And in the huge informal sector, many dropped into extreme poverty, a trap from which most have not emerged. This backdrop tells us that if we are to transform our economies and provide hope for our young people, we need to see TVET as a vehicle that can address many contemporary social, demographic, technological, and environmental issues. It's a lot more than a discussion about trades. An equitable TVET system, one of quality and relevance, holds the potential to combat unemployment, strengthen economic conditions, and promote the sustainable development of entire countries. Indeed, the key facets of UNESCO's global TVET strategy for 2022 to 2029 envisage a very transformative future for TVET, promoting skills development for employment, productive employment, and decent work, all the while facilitating our transition towards digital, green, and inclusive economies and societies. Just to say a little bit about this strategy. It's built on 3 core priorities. First, developing skills for all individuals to learn, work, and thrive, encompassing skilling, reskilling, and upskilling. This involves constructing adaptable lifelong learning pathways and implementing targeted measures for inclusion and gender equity. Second, fostering skills for inclusive and sustainable economies, which involves identifying skills demanded by the shift towards digital and green economies. This includes delivering TVET to address youth unemployment and enhance STEM and entrepreneurial skills, as well as supporting TVET teachers, instructors, and institutions to promote quality, innovation, and excellence. Finally, ensuring that through TVET, we also cultivate the skills for inclusive and peaceful societies, integrating rights-based education for global citizenship. This involves promoting TVET institutions as hubs for social integration, cohesion, and solidarity. To realize these priorities, UNESCO is of course committed to close collaboration with governments, civil society, the private sector, and educators worldwide. Together, we hope to elevate TVET to the forefront of the global education agenda to assure a central role in shaping our collective future. I'll touch just briefly on the South Asian context. While there exists a favorable policy environment for TVET across most member states, significant challenges do persist in terms of the popular perception and the narratives around TVET, which is somehow still considered as a poor cousin to general education. Consequently, youth participation rates are not what they could be. They remain notably low. Additionally, considerable gender disparities, insufficient physical infrastructure, and the need for technological advancement and adaptation, as well as concerns about quality and relevance, which we all know, are shared issues which demand our shared attention. Honourable Minister, you have heard me say already that UNESCO recognizes that Nepal is much more than mountains. And that in so many ways, Nepali society is advanced in terms of culture and community, and demonstrating to the world a model of cultural diversity and social harmony. The narrative regarding the least developed nation status has been derived only from a limited economic perspective, for Nepal has many, many other factors beyond the economy that contribute to its richness and potential, including the heritage and the heritage and diversity combined as a powerful force for creativity, something which UNESCO hopes to recognize officially this autumn in Kathmandu Valley through new designations for the UNESCO Creative Cities Network if Kathmandu Metropolitan City and Lalipur Metropolitan City are successful in their applications. The combination of TVET and culture in the context of Nepal can open the horizon for national prosperity through advancing TVET in conjunction with the local and indigenous knowledge, skills, and resources of which this country is so well endowed. In conclusion, we see this conference as a crucial platform to delve deeper into these pivotal issues, fostering the exchange of ideas and cultivating collaborative solutions. Working together, we can harness the transformative potential of TVET to craft a brighter, more equitable, and sustainable future for our youth, who will in turn lead the effort to reshape our world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Croft. Thank you very much.
हजुर अब भने हामी अर्को रिमार्क्सतिर लाग्छौँ. I would like to invite Mr. Khagendra Adhikari, Vice Chairperson of CTVT, for his remarks.
Thank you, Sanjay and Pratima. Honorable Minister, Education, Science and Technology, Honorable Member, National Planning Commission, Vice Chancellor, Kathmandu University, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, distinguished delegates. Now, I would like to read my written copy. I think it limits the time. Now, it is truly an honor and privilege to stand before you today as a representative of the Council for Technical Education and Vocational Training (CTVT) during the opening session of this important international TVET conference hosted by Kathmandu University. I extend my warm greetings and a hearty welcome to each one of you, including our Honorable Minister for Education, Science and Technology, Mr. Ashok Kumar Rai, Vice Chancellor of Kathmandu University, Professor Dr. Bhola Thapa, Honorable Member of National Planning Commission, Dr. Ramesh Chandra Paudel, and our esteemed ambassador and delegates from around the world. The theme of the conference, for deeper links, stronger institutions, decent jobs, building better TVET system, is very appropriate. We need to strengthen the linkage between TVET institutions and the industry so that people can acquire the skills that are in demand. We also need to strengthen the institutions themselves so that they can provide quality education and training. And ultimately, we need to create more decent jobs so that our graduates of TVET programs can find good employment. CTBT, as the apex TVET body of the Nepal government, plays a pivotal role in shaping the future of technical education and vocational training in our nation. Year after year, we produce thousands of graduates both in long-term and short-term courses, equipping them with the skill and knowledge necessary for a brighter future and prosperous future. However, we recognize that our current efforts, although significant, are not enough to meet the ever-increasing demand for skilled workers and entrepreneurs. The ultimate objectives of TVET graduates is to enhance individual and national productivity and employability, thereby contributing to the overall economic growth of our nation under the rapidly changing economic landscape. We understand that the discussions, academic paper, and outcomes of this conference will play a pivotal role in facilitating cross-learning from global TVET practices. We hope that the key findings and insights gathered here will enable us to refine our frameworks and concepts, further integrating TVET with employment opportunities and enhancing the policy of our TVET system. It also will give the ideas of bridging the gap between theoretical classroom learning and practical real-world applications. As I delve deeper into the sub-theme of the conference, I am genuinely excited about the potential impact of the academic papers that will be presented. We anticipate that these papers will address critical concerns facing the TVET sector. It helps to the Council dedicate itself to making education accessible to wide spectrum of the individual, irrespective of their geographical locations or economic background. I must express my heartfelt gratitude to the Kathmandu University School of Education and the entire organizing team for their dedication and tireless efforts in making the international conference a reality. Your collaborations with CTVT is greatly appreciated, and I am optimistic that the outcome of this conference will foster stronger connections between TVET participants, practitioners, industries, and employees. In conclusion, I want to emphasize that the dynamism of TVET is essential for addressing challenges, harnessing opportunities, and overcoming constraints in youth employment. This conference is an important step towards achieving these goals, and I believe it will lead to a brighter future for our youth, improve the linkage between education and employment, and elevate the quality of job available in our country. Finally, I extend my sincere appreciations to our distinguished keynote speakers Stephen Violet, Pramod Bhakta Shrestha, and all the esteemed participants, including Dean of Kathmandu University, Professor Dr. Balchandra Luitel, Professor Ursula Renaud, Professor Maheshnath Parajuli, Mr. Michael Croft, Head of the Office and Representative to Nepal UNESCO, and the entire organization team for their unwavering commitment to this significant endeavor. Together, we can build a better Tibet system, create dream job opportunities, and empower the youth of our nations for a brighter future. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
I would like to welcome Dr. Ramesh Chandra Paudel, Honorable Member, National Planning Commission, for his short remarks.
Thank you, both of you. Good morning, everyone. Honorable Minister for Education, Science and Technology, Mr. Ashok Kumar Rai, Vice Chairperson of the Kathmandu University, Professor Dr. Bola Thapa, Vice Chairperson of TVET, Mr. Khagendra Adhikari, Michael Croft, Head of the Office, Nepal, UNESCO, Rudy Van Dial, the representative from Asian Development Bank, Nepal office, Professor Ursula Reynolds, a renowned scholar in the TVET field, as well as the former State Secretary of Switzerland. Namaste. All participants and researchers from the globe, I would like to welcome you all in the event. First of all, I want to show my gratitude and special thanks to the organizers of this event, partners of this event, as well as the supporter of this event. I hope your presence here will provide a specific meaning to all of us in the sector of policy, policymakers, and all stakeholders. Let me begin by a quote, which is from Herbert Spencer, the English philosopher. He says, "The great aim of education is not knowledge, but action." This quote actually reflects the Nepal's education system that we practice for the long time. We focus on knowledge, but we did not focus for the action. Now, the time is asking to focus more on action with the knowledge, obviously. Therefore, we conclude that TVET, the technical and vocational education and training, that enforce people to go into the action, with whatever they have learned in the classroom or in a training room. Therefore, the nation's focus is going toward the TVET education system to be expanded over the next 10 years. The government of Nepal, as of now, with the help of honorable ministers, prime minister and ministers, and we are expecting more help from the relevant minister and officials as well, over the 10 years of time, we want to make 70% of total enrollment into the TVET sector, and rest 30% of the enrollment will be for the university system, making that system as a center for excellence and excellence for academia and research. That 70% of the graduate people from the TVET system will directly contribute to the national output, making the country richer than present situation and contributing contributing to the good economy for the next generations as well. Until now, we try to make our education system more inclusive based on different political ideologies, struggles, movements, and inspiration. Keeping that in mind, now onward we need to focus on quality education as well, so that our graduates from Nepal will serve to our nation, living in the country. Therefore, the whole entire system is being directed to make the country itself to livable as well as to workable. We know that Nepal is a late starter of TVET system. We don't have that long history. Still, it's about more than 3 decades. But still, we are struggling to go ahead. Analyzing all this situation, we are redesigning the TVET system in Nepal. We want to link the graduates with our production system, with our industry, and with the employment as well. Therefore, the 16 plans that we are going to design during this year, I would say, the top priority in the education sector is focusing on how to flourish the TVET system in the country. Saying this, I don't want to go ahead for taking a long time. I know the time is in the pressure. I would like to request you just 2 more things. One, you enjoy the Dhulikhel, a very nice place, Kathmandu, and if you have a longer time, please visit different parts of the country as well. People in Nepal are very happy, friendly, helpful, very welcoming wherever you go in the country, east to west, north to south, everywhere. Second, all the researchers, please focus raising the questions and researching on the Nepalese context as well. I understand there are a lot of problems in the data issue. I understand there are a lot of issues related with the data quality as well. We are trying to make them very smooth and very quality in few years of time. We have a special agenda to make our database more reliable, more truth, and easily accessible within next 5 years. We are working on that. Therefore, please start working, researching more on Nepalese, overall Nepalese context, Nepalese development, Nepalese economic status, Nepalese education system, and without any doubt on Nepalese TVET system, so that we'll keep on learning from your hard work. I would like to thank you again, all of you, for being here, organizing Kathmandu University and all the stakeholders and organizers, partners and supporters for organizing and gathering all of you from different parts of the world. And thank you so much again for listening to me. I want to stop here. Namaste.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. Next, I would like to call upon Professor Bola Thapa, Vice Chancellor, Kathmandu University, for his remarks. Thank you.
Good morning and namaste. Honorable Minister, Education, Science and Technology, Mr. Ashok Kumar Rai, Honorable Member of National Planning Commission, Honorable Vice Chairman of Council for Technical Education and Vocational Training, my dear colleagues, deans, all the very distinguished guests and speakers, participants, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for being with us. On behalf of Kathmandu University, once again I would like to welcome you at this beautiful campus, Dhulikhel. This is the second edition of TVET conference organized by School of Education at Kathmandu University. I would like to start with acknowledging the the founders of this university, Professor Suresh Raj Sharma and his team. He was also a founder of the Council for Technical Education and Vocational Training, and even before that, he has contributed to formally develop the TVET system in this country when he was serving the government of Nepal. That means the root of Kathmandu University was in TVET. And we firmly believe, we have 7 schools, and we firmly believe that we have a strong foundation on the TVET system, and whatever the program we have, somehow we are linked on a TVET activities. We were the 3rd university in this country. The parliament of this country established this university. And then from our very early journey, we were very closely linked with the even CTVET also. Our first program here at Kathmandu University was a certificate level program, ISC program. Before establishment of Kathmandu University, we were affiliated to Tribhuvan University for intermediate in science program. But even immediately, we continued that program, that preparatory program after establishment of the Kathmandu University. But we were so fortunate and glad that we had a formal collaboration with the CTVET, and CTVET allowed us to run a certificate level program on health sciences. So we started our journey on a medical education through vocational training. I will say that on nursing, several paramedicals, health science, on health science. And I'm really proud that on that foundation, Kathmandu University is now, Kathmandu University contributes the 50% of higher education of health science in this country. And I'm also glad to share with you that 50% of the registered medical doctors of this country are produced by Kathmandu University. When we have a strong foundation, definitely we can achieve so many things. It's not only on the medical science, even in engineering and science. So when we started our program, our founders, our leaders taught us, it's not only the knowledge. If you cannot use your finger, then you are not the engineers or not the professionals, and which is very much connected with the TVET system. We have not forgot that. Even after completing 3 decades, we are very much closely linked, associated with the TVET issues. Because we firmly believe we were established to complement, to support the government's plans and visions. After the political change in 1990, this university was established, and then we were given a mandate, like do something so that there will be more and more employment will be generated in this country, and there will be an impact on the economy. And we said it's not only the educated people, but the professionals who can do something by themselves and then create a more and more job. And also we were also given a mandate to increase the quality of the education. And quality of, when we talk about the quality of education, it's not only in the higher education. Quality starts from the bottom, from the school education. That's why through our School of Education, we started improving the quality of our overall education. We train the leaders, we train the teachers, so that at least when the school graduates, they are coming to the university, they are already with a very good and strong foundations. Even our job will be easy. And again, so this is the second edition of TVET. So we realized, okay, with that certificate level programs, which now we have already phased out due to the government policy, but we said, okay, we'll start with the master's level program on TVET. Again, we will continuously being connected with the system. So we have a TVET, and also to prepare teachers for CTVT system. So we had a collaboration with TITI, Technical Instructor Teaching Institute of the CTVT, and then we did something good over there, but that was not sufficient. And then we said, now we have to expand it in different part of the country and in other subjects. So that is where we are still connected with the TVET. When School of Engineering was growing, doing quite good job, so we thought like a engineering program will not be able enough to be connected with the job market, and we cannot accommodate everybody in the School of Engineering. That's why, with the support of the Korean government through KOICA, we have established the Technical Training Center, and through Technical Training Center, we are providing some short-term vocational trainings and technical trainings. When I saw the two banners here on the left and right, and then now it is reminding me, of course we need to enter into the modern TVET activities and professions, but I acknowledge, Mr. Michel Croft, you have brought the issue. We have to conserve. The conservation of TVET and culture is more important. And I, myself as a leader of the university, now my society is asking me, in the name of making people, let's say, independent or free from the traditional professions, we have brought many people out of their profession, and then they are not in the employment sector at the moment. Nepali people, especially many of the Nepali people, they used to have a traditional professional or family professions. But in the name of bringing a TVET, sometimes we said we need to give them a technical education, but they are losing the profession on that one. The dhaka, the weaving of the dhaka, that is not there on any of our formal training. So we have, whether the stitching or tailoring profession of Damai, that from there we have displaced them, but we have not been able to bring others also. So we are on that dilemma at the moment of the higher education. In the first decade of Kathmandu University, we said we have to establish the university level education. We are more focusing on education, giving them knowledge. And of course, we didn't forget, ask the students to use their fingers. And in the second decade, we said, okay, now we are a university. University should more focus on the research. In the second decade, we said, okay, we are a research, teaching cum research university. But now, after completing a third decade, and now even at the university, like I would say that I'm a third generation of the leadership, everybody, all of the Nepali, we know that now we have a challenge of bringing youths to the university. Because just bringing them to the university and graduating them will not help them to earn income. Employment was a problem. So because of that, the young youths are not coming to the university. Rather, after completing the +2, they are directly going to the job markets abroad. It's really a challenge for the Nepali university. And then we said, okay, we'll take up that challenge. So we have established as a very good alternative university in this country. We have converted, or we have proved ourselves, we are a good research university. I can claim that the number of publications and the research which we have at the Kathmandu University, it's quite good. But now we said we will change our course. We will go back to our traditional professions, traditional skills, and traditional crafts, and through that we will contribute to the TVET. That was the reason we have gone into the bachelor's in crafts and design. We will not be very much conservative on the engineering education. You need to study physics, math, you need to have this much of score. No, we want to go back to the traditional crafts, but still contribute to the TVET sector, and will be on good contributor for development of economic sector of this country. Thank you very much. I think you will be bringing so many facets and issues of TVET, comparing this with the global definitions, whether global definition is compatible to our definition, at least present context or not. Now, the government has already decided, and even in the 16th plan, it's there. Now we will be converting more schools to the technical schools, general school to the technical schools. So we will contribute through the teachers training with bachelors in technical education rather than producing more engineers now, more agriculture graduates. So we will contribute through the teachers training. We will contribute through designing indigenous programs with indigenous knowledge, and it's not just a knowledge, so that they can directly contribute to the society. And then definitely we would like to link our practices with the world practice, so that even if our graduates will go to the world market, they will be very easily accepted by the global markets. And while doing so, sometimes people think that even in our society, why our graduates, our youths are not coming in the TVET sector is, like as again Mr. Michel Croft has mentioned, in West, even the TVET graduates are more recognized and even they can earn more. Whereas in our case, it's not there. So we have to create an environment so that they will also feel they are also very respectable persons in the society. For that reason, Kathmandu University is very much open to be connected with the National Vocational Education Qualification Framework. Those graduates with the TVET sector, they can have a lateral entry at the university level education, and we will acknowledge their prior learning, we will acknowledge their experiential learning or workplace learning, and even we are ready to award a degree by accumulating their credits. I hope this will change the landscape of TVET and then the university level education in this country. I know that we will be criticized, we will be attacked, but still it's time for university to do something. Hope that sort of a deliberation and discussions will also be in this seminar this year. With this, once again, I would like to welcome you all in Nepal. I would like to welcome you at Kathmandu University, and hope the rest of the deliberation of this seminar conference will be very successful. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Professor Bhola Thapa, Vice Chancellor Kathmandu University, for your remarks. अब भने हामी कार्यक्रमको औपचारिक समुद्घाटनतिर लाग्छौँ। आजको कार्यक्रमलाई औपचारिक रूपमा उद्घाटन गरिदिन हुनका लागि पानसमा बत्ती बालेर उद्घाटन गरिदिन हुनका लागि शिक्षा विज्ञान तथा प्रविधि मन्त्री माननीय अशोक कुमार राई, योजना आयोगका सदस्य माननीय डाक्टर रमेश चन्द्र पौडेल र यस काठमाडौँ विश्वविद्यालयका भाइस चान्सलर प्रोफेसर भोला थापाज्यूलाई हार्दिक अनुरोध गर्दछु।
To formally inaugurate the program, I would like to welcome Minister of Education, Science and Technology, Honorable Ashok Kumar Rai, Honorable Member of the National Planning Commission, Dr. Ramesh Chandra Paul, Vice Chancellor of Kathmandu University, for the lightening of the lamp.
सबैजनालाई जोरदार ताली बजाएर यो समुद्घाटन समारोहलाई खुल्ला समारोह गराइदिन अनुरोध गर्दछु।
Thank you very much. Now I would like to request Honorable Ashok Kumar Rai, Minister of Education, Science and Technology, for his speech. Thank you, sir.
धन्यवाद उद्घोषक भाइ बहिनीलाई
यहाँहरू सबैलाई नमस्ते and good morning. Honorable Member, National Planning Commission, Dr. Ramesh Chandra Paudel, Vice Chairperson of Kathmandu University, Professor Bala Thapa, Professor Devraj Adhikari, Vice Chair of TVET, Mr. Khagendra Adhikari, Head of Office and Representative to Nepal UNESCO, Michael Croft, Principal Social Sector Specialist, Nepal Resident Mission, Asian Development Bank, Rudy Van Dale, former State Secretary of Switzerland, Professor Ursula Renault, representatives from Ministry of Education and other ministries, national and international TVET experts, researchers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to welcome you all in this international conference on technical and vocational education and training, TVET, which is happening here in Nepal once again. I wish you all a grand success of the event. This conference is timely and very relevant in the context of Nepal TVET sector reform. Although Nepal has a long history of TVET sector development, it is not yet fully matured and expanded as per the need of the country. Around the globe, currently, many countries are working on TVET reform for the continued and sustainable job growth in their country. In this context, Nepal has a wider vision of making TVET and skill development opportunities available to youth population, for which we are moving ahead with our concrete plan to establish direct linkages between TVET and the employment opportunities in the country. In addition, Nepal has a vision to achieve economic prosperity through capable human resources, hence considers TVET as a crucial means. Considering this, we are now working to bring the TVET Act to enable all three tiers of governments realize their roles for the TVET sector reform in Nepal and act accordingly. The Constitution of Nepal has given important roles to all levels of government, but it is the local government that has powerful and leading role. It is also equally important that all three levels of government work together in a collaborative and coordinated manner. We are proud that we have made good progress in TVET reform process with the support from academia, experts, practitioners, development partners, and private sectors. We would like to continue such collaborations in the coming days too. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that this conference will bring learning and experiences from over 20 different countries. You might have undergone or maybe undergoing through the reform in your TVET and in skill development system. I insist that your experiences will add value to the ongoing TVET reform in Nepal. I personally believe in evidences which are normally brought by the research When your experiences have a research base, these are more authentic and transferable too. With this, I would like to congratulate Kathmandu University for your effort making this important event happen. I hope academic and practice-based discussion that will be made in this event will provide fruitful insights that would help us expand our horizon to enhance the importance of TVET worldwide. I wish you all a great stay in Nepal and Kathmandu. Thank you very much. Dhanyavad.
Thank you, Honorable Minister Sukumar Roy, for his speech.
हजुर अब भने हामी यस उद्घाटन सत्रको अन्त्यतिर आइपुगेका छौँ। उपस्थित सम्पूर्णलाई धन्यवाद ज्ञापनका लागि यस काठमाडौँ युनिभर्सिटी स्कुल अफ एजुकेसनका प्रोफेसर महेश नाथ पराजुलीज्यूलाई हार्दिक अनुरोध गर्दछु।
धन्यवाद प्रतिमा र सञ्जय। Your successful running, operating this program, this opening session. Somehow they were scared. I was also scared. But anyway, you did a good job. Thank you for this. So, let me begin with an apology for being late in our program. So, we also requested our honorable guests to shorten their speech. I'm sorry for this. And I'm also going very short. So my responsibility is to give you thank you for being here, and so that this program, these 2 days, could be to make very fruitful and contributing towards the development of technical and vocational education sector. And thank you, Ursula, for announcing here that Nepal is leading. This is a very boost to us. Thank you for this year. So I'm very much encouraged by this, and also by looking at all of you here. So together we can transform this particular sector. And when we are able to transform this sector, we'll be transforming the whole society. That's why School of Education is saying transforming society through education. So, taking my responsibility of thanking you, let me thank you, all of you here, for being here with us for 2 days. Thank you from myself and from the organizing committee of this conference. That includes members of Kathmandu University School of Education and also members of TVET. So thank you from the team, thank you from the whole school, and thank you from the university, whole university. Yeah, I'm going very well. Taking this opportunity, I would like to express my sincere thanks to all the individuals and organizations who contributed in organizing this conference in one way or other way. Financially, technically, morally, in all matters. And taking the name of these institutions, the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, the University Grants Commission, UNESCO Nepal, Asian Development Bank, and the Comparative Education Society of Nepal. And let me thank my colleagues who contributed in one way or other way. Some of my colleagues are working day and night since last 2-3 weeks. I'm sorry that I can't name all of my colleagues here, but I need to take the name of Prakash, Arogya, Menuka, and all volunteers who worked again day and night for making this conference happen in this way. Finally, as one of the organizers of the conference, I request you to accept my sincere apology for any inconvenience that you might have experienced or might be experiencing during the time of this conference. Once again, thank you all for being here with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor, for revealing a sweeping energy at the beginning of this program. Hope we are doing fine now. Having said that, we will have a short 10 minutes break as a respite to refresh ourselves. And after the break, we have a keynote speaker, an important session from Professor Stephen Billiard. He is from University, Australia. We will see you after 10 minutes in the same hall. Thank you very much.